I really want to talk about the reality of having a full-time job, but I'm also terrified of my employer seeing what I'm saying. I haven't been in this position because I would love to start a conversation about how it feels to really not want to sit at a desk for 40 hours a week. But I'm also extremely grateful for my job, and I would never want anyone thinking like I'm taking it for granted. So it's a weird spot. Especially like no matter how much you block people, you just never know who's gonna see what. So, can you relate to this? Are you doing it anyways? What are you doing to speak your truth but protect yourself at the same time?
I have been unemployed for what's about to be 6 months, and my unemployment is about to run out. At this point, I'm just trying to really understand what is it that the job market is looking for. They say they want years of experience, but they won't give you a chance. Or you network with people, and that really doesn't get you anywhere. You have the qualifications and the degrees, but still no bites. I've applied to over 500 jobs, and I've either been rejected by them quickly with an email, or I just don't get a response at all. Or I've gone on 3+ interviews, and then they tell you that they've gone with another candidate. And let me not even get it started on working with recruiters, and some of them either ghost you or they just forget about you and don't present you to other companies. Then my neighbor, she's in the same predicament, who's also been without a job for almost a year. And this is a woman who's highly qualified for many jobs. The 2024 job market sucks, and it's just I don't know what they're looking for. And it really starts to make you question yourself as a person, is it me? Am I not qualified enough? You start to question your skill set, because it's what do y'all want? LinkedIn doesn't work, Indeed doesn't work. And I'm not giving up because I'm still trying, but it's what is it that y'all need? And I've done the networking. I've sent my resume out to random companies just, while I'm on the computer. Even while I'm driving, I'm writing down companies. At this point, I'm just not sure what else is going to work. I just would like a job.
I have been way more exhausted in my 2 years of working a 9-to-5 office job than I ever was in my 4 years of playing college football. And sometimes I think I'm just insane for thinking this, because obviously an office job is physically nothing compared to college football. Like in college, I would get up early, go to work out, go to practice, go to class, work a part-time job, and I still had a bunch of energy to go out on the weekends with my friends and even on some weeknights. And now, fast forward almost 2 years, I don't know what it is, but after sitting at a desk for 8 hours, there's just nothing that I want to do. I force myself to get up early and work out still, because I know after work I'm just not going to want to do it. I'm not going to have the energy. And I hate only doing stuff on the weekends. There's a lot of stuff I still want to do on the weekdays, so I try to force myself to do that as well. But for some reason, I don't know why I have to force myself, as opposed to when I was even busier in college. And I have side hustles and stuff that I make myself do outside of work, but that's the thing, I have to make myself. It's not easy. And at the end of the week, it's hard because I'm just mentally drained. But if anyone else has recently or, in the past few years started their, 9-to-5 job or whatever, I need to know if you feel the same way.
Next month will be officially 1 year since I have been unemployed and got laid off from my agency job. I've networked with barely anybody responding back to me. I've interviewed, got to multiple last rounds. Always got the same feedback that they went with somebody with more experience, but I was a great candidate. I've applied to over 1,000 jobs. I've applied to even low-paying jobs. I've applied to internships. I don't know what else to do. I ask questions at the end of the interview. I get to know them. I don't know what else they want from me.
I was looking for a job, and then I found a job.
This is your sign to not quit your job. No matter how frustrated you are, how mad you are, do not quit your job. Especially if you don't have another job lined up. Because 2 weeks ago I had an interview with Marriott, and she told me that I had the job, only for her to text me and tell me that unfortunately I no longer have that job. Then I had another interview downtown at a bar. But when I texted him to clarify that start date, he left me on red and then blocked me. Another interview at a daycare, only for her to tell me that I don't meet the qualifications. Then this morning I wake up at 8:30 because I have an interview at 10:30, only for them to email me and tell me they've canceled my interview because they're no longer hiring candidates and they forgot they had their job posting up. Don't quit your fucking job. Talk to managers, figure out a solution. Don't quit your fucking job, dude. This shit is ghetto.
Hot take. I think that more employers should start offering 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. jobs, like very part-time, but also like Monday to Friday jobs. I've been working my 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 4-hour account manager office job Monday to Friday for almost a year now. I'll be approaching a year literally next month. Let me tell you guys something. Prior to this job, I was working an 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. job in the city, so like all the commutes and all that shit, and I did that shit for 9 months. I feel like my boss recognizes how much shit you can actually get done in that 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. window. I noticed this when I worked my 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. job, that like once people get back from lunch, you might have like a meeting or two and do some things in between. But if you had like 4 dedicated hours of work, you can get like the exact same amount of work done versus stretching it over an 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. day. And then you get home or you're like commuting home and you're freaking exhausted and don't want to do anything. Having a schedule like this has really allowed me to like achieve that full on work-life balance that everybody talks about. Don't get it twisted. The 9 to 1 is not the only thing that I do. Like I'm not just going home and then like sleeping the whole day. Styling business that I do content creation, UGC, all the things. Like I do a bunch of other side stuff. I can't even imagine, like I truly could never go back to doing a 9 to 5 job because it's brutal. To mention the fact that just overall, like my mental health, like I'm just happier, like way happier. I can't even believe that I stayed in that job for 9 months. Like it was absolutely miserable. And I was like, is this how life is after college? Is this how it's supposed to be for the rest of my life? Like I can't. But it's like that other stuff that I can do that actually fills my cup and like I'm able to do my errands and like get shit done is actually crazy in the time that I have between like 1 to 5 when other people are still at work. I don't get it. I don't know why more employers don't offer like 9 to 1 positions because it's great. I get a really high hourly and I'm truly just like so happy about it. I think the more people should do this. I think the more people should, you know, clock in a little bit and realize, hey, we actually can get a lot done from 9 to 1, and we don't need people, like jobs don't need to be 8 to 5, 9 to 5, because we all know that it's not even 8 to 5, right? It's like you're leaving at like 7 and you're getting home at 7. It's like a 12-hour day. For what? For what?
You're lucky to have this job. No, you're lucky I show up. Mentally, I'm always 10 seconds away from quitting and leaving a cartoon me-shaped hole in the wall, so count your blessings. I work, you pay. It's an exchange, not a prize. That's why they give away new cars on Wheel of Fortune and not part-time jobs at Planet Fitness. We haven't quite gotten to that episode of Black Mirror yet. Luck is finding a $20 bill on the ground, not working a 10-hour shift, getting underpaid, and then still having to hope to find a $20 bill on the ground. More rants like that in my book, The Customer's Always Wrong, hardcover and audiobook out September 10th. Link in my bio to pre-order copy and a signed book plate.
I got fired from my second job because I wouldn't post a ghost job. So let me explain what I do for my second job, what I did for my second job. I was a hiring manager. I usually just post job listings sometimes on Indeed or other job listing websites for my company. I'm not going to explain what company that is because I can't do that. But I am going to talk about what I can talk about because I read through my NDA. I used to post ghost jobs, which are fake jobs to encourage our current employees to work harder. These jobs will be fake jobs, so you can apply for the listing, but not actually get hired. They're called ghost jobs. You're probably wondering, I applied for all these places, why am I not getting callbacks? You might have applied for a ghost job, which isn't a real job. It's just put there to show that we're looking for new hires at higher rates to get our current employees to work harder, as an incentive to make them work harder, as opposed to increasing the base pay or the base rate. And I've made maybe 300 ghost job listings. I've made a lot. I've made so many. It's insane. And what messes me up is that they're still doing it. And I got into a little bit of a scuffle, a fracas one might say, with my previous hire manager. My hire manager said, hey, you stopped posting ghost job listings. What's going on, buddy? It's really working. It's helping our team morale. I said, listen, this is the first time I've ever said this in my life. I don't feel good about doing this. This might be the first time I've ever said that. Usually I have like no moral, no ethics about anything. I just didn't feel good at all about doing it, despite the fact that I was getting a massive bag from it. And he said, well, we need somebody to do it, and you're the best we've got. I'm not going to continue to post ghost job listings so our employees can act like they are scared to lose their jobs. That ruins their mental. It destroys their mental health deeply. And he said that's HR's job, not ours. So I'm talking to him, and I'm arguing. And at this point, he's shouting, I'm calm. So I'm thinking I can take it to HR, and he says, we're probably going to have to talk about this later, but you should clock out for the day. I said, I don't want to clock out for the day because we're not done talking about this specific issue. This is insane. This is psychotic. So I go cool off. I talk to my friends in the Discord. We're cooling off. We're talking about it. Another one of my friends does the same job as I do. He also posts ghost jobs. And it's disgusting. It's not just my company. It is every company I'm seeing doing this. It's Walmart doing this. It's Amazon doing this. I'm not going to disclose my company, but it's Best Buy doing this. They're posting these fake job listings to trick you into thinking, oh, well, they're hiring a bunch of other things, or because just in case you're looking to move to a new job or talk about needing a pay raise, and they'll post a new job at a higher rate. Say you got hired in at $17 an hour. They'll post a ghost job at $22 an hour. And if you try to apply for that, they'll clock you for that. If you try to apply for that, they'll clock you for that, and they'll know it's you because they got your social security number and you applying for the job. It is a disgusting business practice. Because as soon as you apply to get a higher position or anything like that, they'll talk to you about it. And they'll ask you, why do you want a higher position? Do you want more pay? Are you dedicated to the company? They'll give you a performance review. They'll check everything about you just to see. I recommend, this is my honest opinion, this is my honest recommendation, doing the bare minimum at jobs. Bare minimum. I mean bare minimum at jobs. Just coast. Just coast by doing the bare minimum at jobs. Don't try to do anything extra or crazy. Just coast by doing the bare minimum at jobs. I'm so serious. Because I didn't know this was so much of it. I thought it was just my job doing this. I thought we were like the monopoly on doing this. That's what I thought. But I'm applying to other jobs. I'm applying to other places. And I'm noticing the ghost jobs. I'm noticing that there are many of them. There are so many ghost jobs that are just fake. They're just fake jobs. I am sickened. I'm disheartened. I'm disgusted. I'm angry because I don't have my second job anymore, by the way. It was a small job. I worked 20 hours a week just doing the analytics and the hiring for a company. That's all I did. But I still work at Amazon. But man, I'm just sickened. Amazon doesn't care about what I post, by the way. They're fine with me doing whatever. Amazon doesn't check anything I do. They don't care about me at all. But man, this is stupid. This is weird. Look up ghost jobs. Just look them up.
Okay, and submit.
Thank you for submitting your application. Unfortunately, we regret to inform you that we will be moving forward with other candidates at this time.